So it's a new moon in Pisces, and I wanted to do a little card reading for myself, and I thought I would share what comes up. So don't mind me, I just got into my comfortable clothes because the live's over and it's evening now. Now, I have been connecting with this beautiful tanzanite necklace. Tanzanite is a beautiful one to connect into our higher spiritual energy and our guides and spiritual communication, connection with cosmos and all that is. That's what I get with tanzanite. It's very beautiful, high vibration. Being a new moon in Pisces, Pisces is the dreamer, Pisces is psychic, Pisces is opening up into other realms of possibility and magic, and it's a water sign, so it's got a beautiful flow state going on. And we've also got strong aspects from Saturn, which is all about structure, routine, and rules and organization. It's a father figure. And so we've got a bit of that energy, as well as, I think it was Neptune energy, if I'm correct, which is also a very dreamy, expansive, psychic type of planet. I'm guessing that's, I think Neptune must rule Pisces, I'm guessing. I thought it would be appropriate to use my herbal astrology deck to do my reading. And I also just got these really cool new altar cloths, which I've picked out the astrology one to use. And I'm not sure yet whether it's going to be my personal reading or whether this might be a reading for collective. Maybe what's relevant for me will be relevant for the collective. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to shuffle the cards and pull one out, and we'll see what is revealed. Okay, so these are my beautiful herbal astrology cards. I got gifted these by a beautiful soul sister, for my birthday, which is really lovely. Now, we've had a whole stack come out there. I'm going to just keep the first one. It's come out. Guess who's come to join me? Hello, Missy. You're going to come join in? So, we have card number 1, which is calendula. Wow, okay, so this is the third time the calendula card has come up for me since I've got this deck, and it is card number 1. It is the astrology sign of the sun, and calendula is a flower of purity. Anyway, as you can see in the picture, we have a naked young child, and it looks like there's a magical path in front of him or her with a doorway and radiance coming out of this doorway. So I am feeling like, obviously, calendula kind of reminds me of the sun. It's got that beautiful opening, positive, happy, abundant energy. And I feel like this child, oh, look at this as well. Oh my goodness. I've just noticed we have Jack Sparrow sitting on a little branch there. Oh, that's so beautiful. What's really interesting is this makes me think of how my son, the day we found Jack was also when Alex started school. So it was a new adventure. He was the fool on his path of the unknown, about to take a step onto his new path. So given that we are at a new moon in Pisces, new moon and new beginnings, the fall, number 1, it's the start of a journey that we're just embarking on. And you know, I feel like, especially since we've shifted into this Aquarian energy as a collective, we are at a new beginning. And interestingly, Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, we've just had the full moon in Virgo, which is completion, and now the new moon in Pisces. It's like we're starting to move into that new energy. So very interesting that this card has come up. So that is, I think, definitely, I'm going to put that on Pisces as our new moon in Pisces card. And I'm also going to pull another card. Cat's Claw. Purification. Hello, Aya. How are you going there? Goodness me. Cat's Claw. Okay, cat's claw being a herb, obviously, and you know, this cat has a bit of an a aura of magic and spirit and energy around it. It's got stars on it, so it's a bit of a cosmic cat. Looks like a bit of a panther, really. It's a big cat, it's not a little cat. And we've got the energy of purification, so I'm wondering how this herb might work in our life to clear the path, maybe for this new beginning that we need to have happen. So I feel like I'm going to place it actually just beneath this card. So let's see what our next card is that might give us some further insight as to what we want to work with. Now, I haven't read the meanings of these in the book. I'm just intuitively going off the what is on these and create a reading which feels resonant with my intuition. Next, we have Skull Cap, which is stillness. I feel like this wants to go above the calendula. So stillness, we've got the scorpion. So I'm guessing that's maybe part of the Scorpio. You've got also the face, which is in half. And whether it's a face that is sleeping or dreaming, I would say. I'm pretty sure Skull Cap is a dream herb. So it's like the breaking open of, you know, the flowering of consciousness coming out of the human form. And that beautiful Skull Cap herb, the energy I get quite strong psychic opening. And also Scorpio is quite psychic energy as well. I feel like I want to look at the meaning of this one to maybe get a little more, but definitely the dreamy psychic energy. That's definitely a very Pisces card there. So stillness, maybe we're going to need some stillness to contemplate. And also I'm thinking Pisces and, you know, dreaming. So new moon in Pisces. So card number 1 is purity. And we did have it in an upright position, which was innocence, childlike joy, humility, purity, new beginnings, trusting in life, and vitality. So, like I said, it's a really beautiful new moon card for the beginning of a new journey. And yes, so I'm just having a look. Calendula has a gentle and abundant power to remind us of the realms of light. I love that. And to be allowed entry within these angelic realms requires childlike innocence and humility. So don't allow pain from the past. Oh, maybe that's where the cat's claw comes in. I feel like that is a herb that helps with pain, arthritic pain, I think, or maybe that's devil claw. I have to double check. Anyway, right. So basically, don't let your past and pain from the past stop you from dreaming a new life. Interesting, because this is very much the energy now about we have this potent doorway to check in with our timeline and see if this is what we want to create, the timeline that you're on. And if not, you know, how do you want things to be different? What do you want to dream into this reality? Radiance of Calendula is a superconductor. Be very aware and selective with your intentions when using her energy within a ritual, as she greatly amplifies your intentions. So Calendula, what path are we wanting to put ourselves on right now? And let's see what Cat's Claw had to do with this part of the journey. Purification. So maybe this is actually what made sense. So any of that past pain that maybe is preventing you from this new beginning, I feel like that's why it was here. So if this was reversed, which I have a feeling it may have come out reversed, I'm not sure. For some people, if you're feeling resistance to a new beginning because maybe you're stuck from this pain from the past, then you're going to need to work with that purification energy before you can move forward. Okay, so Cat's Claw upright is rewriting the story, connecting to heritage, belonging, worthiness, safety, connecting to your origins, and DNA purification. So interesting. So it was Mars and Pluto. So I didn't Pluto, of course, being about death and rebirth and transformation, but also having here Mars is that masculine energy, so also can be destructive. So maybe harnessing that destructiveness to clear away that which is no longer in alignment. And okay, so cat's claw is it's from central Peru, has the longest recorded history, using it for asthma, inflammation of the urinary tract, arthritis, bone pain, recovery from childbirth, and cancer. So it's got a lot of other uses there, and it has been confirmed to have some of these abilities. It's also a powerful immune stimulant, so it's ruled by the archetypal energy of Mars and its higher octave Pluto. Ignites essential biological processes in the immune system, remedying many inflammatory diseases while rebalancing the body through purification and renewal. Pluto. Yes, so stimulates to regulate, helps to initiate healing. Well, that makes beautiful sense for this then. Any resistance, this will help to initiate that healing that needs to occur and clearing the way of those blocks. And blocks often create pain and inflammation in our system. So beautiful herb to work with. So next, skull cap. Skull cap is about stillness. So upright is stillness after the storm, letting go of control, trusting in life, surrendering to the divine plan, breaking open. And if it was reversed, it would be breakdown, fright, post-traumatic stress disorder, unable to move on, and broken. Ruled by Pluto and Saturn. So interesting, we've got this Saturn coming into our reading, which is one of the planets that is of influence, and Pluto there helping with the any need for shifting and clearing past stuff. So skull cap is also for helping to treat illnesses such as cancer, lung and respiratory, colds, bacterial, pneumonia, liver, hypertension, insomnia, inflammation and diarrhea. And it was also used ceremonially to initiate young girls into womanhood. So that also in this new moon energy, an initiation plant has come up. So perhaps, and for those of us who are maybe entering a new phase in our feminine journey as a collective, where we are kind of moving into a more empowered place as a collective for the feminine. So yeah, anyway, the skull cap stillness is also for nervousness, exhaustion, and some other things. Spiritually, it's used to bind oaths and consecrate commitments. Oh, that's powerful. So that Saturn influence with Pisces, it's really calling on us at the moment to not just dream up our next phase of life, but also to get serious and committed about what actions you're going to take to make that shift of your timeline. And as a collective, like, we've got some big things we need to shift timelines on. You know, you think of anything from global warming and how our impacts as humans are impacting the planet, to the war that's going on around the world that needs to be, like, there's a lot of big things happening in timelines, things that are being destroyed and new things that are needing to come through in place of those old. And it's really up to each of us to vision in this new reality that we want our world to be shaped as. You know, if you're not actively dreaming in the new dream, then what are you doing? Like, we're all responsible for that. So dreaming in a new dream and then aligning actions, which we all need to be conscious of our contribution to the whole, and how each of us is responsible for our own choices in life. So, you know, having some alignment to really consider, have stillness, and actually focus on how you need to structure this plan to move forward. So we also have a message about how skull cap being ruled by Pluto, which is the archetype representing our will and power, which ties the relationship to our inner authority and leadership. And it's also in this in the book here, the guidance part is saying that a storm has passed. We've just weathered or are weathering a storm. Ground deeply into the present moment, and so that's the stillness, needing to be present. If you feel fear, find consolation in stillness as it readapts. The medicine of the scorpion embodies the stillness of darkness and assists by and also darkness of the new moon. We're in that state of pure potential. Everything is dark, and we can ground deeply into the soil and deeply root and ground our intentions into the earth to help bring them into reality. So if you're feeling exhausted, drained, or depleted, this is a good time to pause and withdraw into your cave. So you're in the process of rebuilding after the storm. Now, the last message was simply don't rush, reflect. Take the time to birth a new structure that supports a new version of yourself. So, yeah, I think that's probably one of the most important things, isn't it? Being really clear on our intentions and being present with what's important for the now, and to move forward from the present moment, to draw that line in the sand, to put the past behind us, and to make a choice to move forward. So let's see what our next card is. I feel like we're making some nice progress in this reading. So next card, I'm getting Carver. Interesting, it's 47, this is 48, the next step on the journey. And Carver is a herb that I personally love to work with. But most importantly, it's Carver's history and its use within tribal culture, which is really, I think, quite significant with this plant. And I first tried Carver in a ceremony. And for anyone who's been to Fiji, you'll probably have heard of Carver or experienced it. But anyway, Carver, I can see the beautiful butterfly. We have the moon. And again, we have another Pluto and the moon. So Pluto and the moon, I'm feeling like the energies of this, the butterfly is about transformation as well. So we're shifting. This is like part of the next phase of the transformation with the butterfly appearing. So where are we wanting to head towards? Community. So the community card, that's really beautiful. I think what I was just saying before, as a collective, you know, we're going through these really significant times as a collective, and I think what we are all needing is to learn how can we come back to this connectedness of the community and be supportive of our fellow brothers and sisters on this planet. And, you know, the importance of community is also that everybody has a role to play. We're all important. We all, you know, contribute into this community. So it's also, I think, a message of, well, what can you give to your community? What is it that you are here to do on this planet? What's your purpose? And how can you fulfill your role in the greater tapestry of life? So Carver, let's have a little read and see what our Carver message is. It's funny because I saw that card as I was reading about the skull cap. All right, there was that one. And Carver. So upright is around celebration, kinship with tribe, community, friendship, union, finding your chosen family. Hello, crystal family. And if it was reversed, it would be around separation, seriousness, not wanting to go connect with others, and loneliness with Pluto and the moon. So as I mentioned, the bitterness of Carver. So there we go. There's a bit of legend around Carver. And it was first believed to have originated in Vanuatu, so in the Pacific. And interestingly, it lacks seeds or a means to self-propagate. So it's believed that it was tended to by the gods until the first indigenous people arrived. And Carver tea was regarded as a blessing and poured onto shrines. Then later drunk by the kahuna or spiritual leader of the ceremony. It was considered holy and only given to those of high rank, but eventually became more widely accessible, and to this day it is in ceremony to bring the community together. Sometimes called the intoxicating pepper, the effects of Carver have a curious combination of deep relaxation alongside stimulation to the central nervous system. So carving is relaxing to the muscles and dampens pain while also increasing the flow of thoughts. It can help to increase mental clarity, ease depression, confusion, sorrow, and sharpen our intuition. It also directly affects the limbic system, the control center of our emotions, just as the moon does, hence the moon's connection to kava. Plutonian herbs like kava also cause deep transformation in our emotional mind. The energy of Pluto is that of regeneration, allowing us to decompress from accumulated emotions through the volcanic power of catharsis. So again, we've got this herb of release, but also connection and community. And I think community healing as well, you could add to that. So its energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting in surrendering. So really allowing that transformation or shift to happen. And the question that we have here is to fully draw upon butterfly's medicine. It invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment, much like what I was intuitively saying. Are you a protector, creator, connector, or a visionary? And how does that correlate this moment to your life alongside your personal evolution? Are you an egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly? Oftentimes finding your purpose within your community and the parallels with your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. And I think that's interestingly why I'm also deciding to share this part of myself with you guys, because it's something I've always felt really connected to do with card readings and intuitive readings, but I've also been overcoming quite a big fear around being seen and being seen in my authentic self. I think because I've had some, earlier in my teenage years, I definitely suffered from feeling afraid to be myself and having, I suppose, being bullied in a sense around my identity at the time. So that kind of caused a bit of a shutting off. But then there's also like past life stuff. Like I'm pretty sure I was probably burnt at a stake for my past life journeys. But anyway, okay, our last card was reversed. Let's just note Dragon's Blood. Interestingly, this being a crystal and a herb. So Dragon's Blood, the Anima Mundi, the all-seeing eye. So to me, this is about consciousness. And we're going to pop that card next to Kava, which interesting also how Kava is an expansion into that consciousness. Such an interesting looking picture there too. You can see that there's the blood coming out of the tree, which is the dragon's blood, and that is the resin of the tree or the resin of the plant. And we've got the dragon, which is circulating around this plant. Also noting that we've just entered the year of the dragon as well. So let's see what Dragon's Blood message and how it relates into our reading. So this is card 51, so further along the journey in the deck. So upright, this is around, now remember this came out reversed, and we're wanting to move towards the upright property. So reversed is lost in the unknown, dark magic, overwhelm, inner conflict, and blocked spiritual sight. So the upright position would have been oneness, merging with the divine, access to the world soul, occult knowledge, initiation, universal donor, entry into the great void. Now, what I was just saying about sharing my gifts and having the fear that was blocking me from being able to share my gifts, I feel like this is super relevant that this came up reversed after me saying that. So I think the inner conflict and blocked spiritual sight for me, and maybe for others as well, it might be about, not using or even maybe abusing your intuitive abilities and gifts, but also that it's something that we all have. We've all got access to this inner sight and intuitive part of ourselves. We just need to learn to access and develop it. And this is where the spiritual journey is, isn't it? From going from this being blocked and overwhelmed in a conflict, which is really kind of getting lost in the head, to opening up into the spiritual truth of who we are and having that access to the world soul and the divine, and therefore opening up into the void, which really is also kind of that connecting with the greater feminine, also the new moon being the darkness as well. And the dark magic, dark magic, is that meant to be a negative, or is it just energy that's to do with the darkness, which is the void? I feel like there's a bit of a connotation there of utilizing or harnessing magic inappropriately or for negative or harmful causes. So, maybe there's something going on there, which actually, when you look at what's going on in the world, there's a lot of dark magic going on overseas, really, with the wars and a lot of, that it exists in our consciousness for sure, the dark magic. So it's also up to us to learn how we can protect ourselves from those dark spells in the media and in what we're taking in about, how, whether that's taking power away from us or not is really the question. I feel like dark magic disempowers, whereas white magic or light magic is what gives you power and empowers you and the collective. So anyway, we also have a little about the dragon's blood and how it was used indigenously in the Amazon, South America, for wound healing and also to stop bleeding. It's also great for skin disorders and a few other things there too. It's also said to be the epitome of Plutonian and Scorpionic energy, as both archetypally rule the symbol of blood. So I think of blood and death as well. Shamans have used dragon's blood in spell work, rituals of protection, purification, and consecration. So in Christian art, the dragon was symbolic of evil and sin, and yet many other traditions hold that serpent deities like dragons are benevolent, sharp-eyed dwellers that hold the mystery of the great void. So dragons are ancient guardians of the earth, symbolizing hidden knowledge and auspicious powers of supernatural origin. They're etheric beings that inhabit the deepest pockets of the ethers and have dominion over the four elements. So dragon blood oozes blood, representing the collective blood, the blood of nature, and serving as a gateway to the anima mundi, the world soul. As you enter the all-seeing portal of the great void, don't shy away from its vastness. Embrace it as you are undergoing this great initiation. And within this awakening, you will discover the unique pattern you contribute to the great tapestry of life. How friggin' amazing is that after that community card? So we've had a pretty potent reading here about a real journey that we're going on, literally from this calendula of purity, requiring maybe a bit of purification if it was in a reverse position in order to start that new journey. We've got the skull cap, which was about opening up and also transforming as well. And then Kava, that connection to community and connecting with our gifts, becoming the butterfly. And then the last one we had here was the dragon's blood, the anima mundi, which was really about overcoming darkness and blocks in order to connect into our more cosmic awareness. So I'm feeling maybe one last card just to wrap up this reading. And I feel like this card is, I'm getting the word completion, so this will just be our final card that we need. Oh, that was a jumper. Oh, how beautiful. So the final card is around strength, and what a beautiful, wise woman. She's got the lion on her side there, leaning on her, giving her love and strength. And also she has within her hands the doorway to the heart, so her inner temple. And then we've also got her womb, which is, oh, what a beautiful depiction, the waters of new life. And her womb is her grounds of fertility, so where she's going to plant her seeds of intention and manifest. And she looks like a very wise woman. We've got 3 people in amongst. Looks like her hair is the cosmos and the sky and the stars. So I feel like, they're helping each other along. So, in the sense of this reading and the community aspect, I really feel like this is about us having the strength to support each other through, as for guidance and support, as we're maybe going on this journey where things might get a little tough, especially in the depth of transformation and I suppose, the purification of the old and making way for that new energy. Now behind her, she's also got some beautiful crystals, so I feel like she's got the support of the earth around her as well. So motherwort, I'm not sure if this is the same as mugwort, but if it is, it's also a dreaming herb. So she's definitely in her dream state and calling in this inner temple into the world. I think that's what she's wanting to create, is love and having that beautiful strength of mother goddess energy. So I actually am feeling to put this card just here. So there's, yeah, that feels about right. So I feel like this is kind of connecting in with these cards here. And card number 13, which is also the number of the goddess. So mother goddess energy. So upright is strength, essence of creation, connecting to the creatrix within, fertility, birth, creativity, and inner trust. Oh, I love that. When it's reversed, it's weakness, depletion, unopened heart, disappointment, disconnection from creation, and a lack of creativity. And this, of course, is ruled by Venus, feminine. So it looks like the herb also, it's ancient Greek Leon, which is part of its name, Leonoris cardiaca. Leon is lion, so apparently they look like lions, lions' tails. So it's about lion-hearted is also the name of the plant. So a heart with lots of courage. Motherwort is to honor the goddess of fertility, and it also is useful in spells to guard pregnant women and their unborn children from envy or evil air. That's interesting. So maybe this is also protection for the child at the beginning of the journey. So the mother is also there to support the child. It was often planted around the home or hung from doorways, as it was also said to keep away unwanted guests, physical and supernatural. It can be smoked or burned for use of smoke cleansing, to drive bad spirits away, and also for heart protection and counter magic. So where we had the dark magic, maybe this is also the protection, the herbal protection that we need for warding off any dark magic as well. So the guidance, like the radiance of a lion's heart, motherwort's energy builds inner trust and confidence. The lion-hearted motherwort is representative of the beauty we possess when we own the power of our gifts and creativity. The goddess sits centered as the lion leans on her in a state of peaceful delight, symbolizing the unwavering faith we must keep as we transcend old fears, which is really about this purification. So this motherwort's also supportive of the other card as well. And the Venus, her planetary ruler, is like a midwife to our happiness, channeling how we accept and transmit our heart's desires, finding new ways to facilitate creativity that honor and reveal your passions and strength. Devote yourself to the fertility of your gifts and courageously accept your divine destiny. So that's a really beautiful reading. Resonates for me strongly on a personal level, but I think it's also quite potent as a collective new moon reading as well for all of us to consider. I would love to hear your thoughts on this reading and maybe what resonated with you.